Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the How to Write a Business Plan series. This video aims to analyze the next two parts of a business plan. Part 6, the promotional plan. This section aims to analyze your business's promotional channels according to a set time frame and reasoning based on your previous chapters. Another aspect of this part is to indicate your distribution channels. First things first, you need to consider what your promotional goals are for the short and the long term. Your goals can be regarding how many people will come across your company and where or how many of them you're estimating to retain as customers. Then you need to create a table indicating your promotional time frame, what channels you are using, and your budget for each one. There are various channels to choose from depending on your business, but the main ones are offline and online. Offline methods include public advertising such as outdoor and indoor billboards, public transport advertising, magazines, sales visits, and trade fairs or industry events. Online speaks for itself. It is anything that has to do with the internet. Some examples are Google Ads, online magazines, website creation, search engine optimization, social media marketing, and influencer marketing. For each method's budget, I would suggest you to either use industry averages or wait until you have your revenue projections and decide what percentage of that to allocate for promotion. Another method is to estimate how many customers you will attract from each channel and therefore estimate your budget for each one. A distribution plan indicates which companies or individuals your company will partner with in order to sell its products or services. If your business plan is about a bed and breakfast, for instance, you need to use channels such as online travel agencies, Airbnb, travel agents, and many more. It is suggested to also indicate in what capacity you will use the channels. By capacity, I mean how many rooms you will be allocating to each one and when and why. All the reasons will be based on your previous parts and especially the industry analysis. Your plan is to have a clear link of opportunities and reasons behind each decision based on your analysis. Part 7. The operations plan. This is one of the largest and most important parts of your plan, as it breaks down how your company will operate and especially in terms of human resource management. If we take the bed and breakfast example, you do not need to talk about operations as it is not that intensive compared to a factory. You need to indicate systems such as property management system and what you will interface it with, how, and how much will it cost. You need to also indicate the required background and experience of your staff members. Then you will define your service culture using the so-called 3 wants that you want to achieve from your service and also mention the values and or behaviors necessary. The most important part of this section is to analyze your human resource management cycle. This should include the recruitment and selection process, which stresses the methods that you will use to bring in potential employees and then indicate your selection processes. A good example of recruitment methods are advertising using online platforms such as LinkedIn, referrals, internal recruiting, and many more. Selection tools include interviews, online screenings, online applications, background checks, and other. In this section, you can also mention your socialization process, which basically explains how you will introduce your required service culture and value to your employees. The next step is to analyze your performance appraisal processes. This part must indicate job descriptions and the required performance, how the performance of the employees will be compared to them, performance record keeping, and finally the appraisal itself. You need to really explain how you will set the targets and required behaviors and what you base them on. Then explain how you will monitor performance, who will do it, and what information you collect. Finally, mention how often the appraisal will take place and what is the required outcome. After the appraisal comes the training. This should be split into 2 parts. The first one explains the training before the opening of the business, and the other one explains the training linked to the appraisal process. You need to analyze who, when, where, what, and why for both parts. If you ask yourself these small questions, then you will always cover everything. These small questions are not only for the operations plan, they are also ideal for the other parts of your plan, and they assist you in analyzing all the required aspects that an investor or your own company would need for every aspect. The final part of the human resource management cycle is the compensation and reward system. Every company should include a base compensation, benefits, and incentives. By base compensation, I mean the salary itself and what it is based on. Then, benefits are usually indirect monetary benefits such as healthcare, social insurance, holiday pay, and many more. Incentives are those that motivate your staff the most. Here, you need to explain if you will offer things like a 13-month salary, employee of the month, or the year schemes, bonuses, and why and under what conditions. A good thing to always take into account when analyzing your base compensation, incentives, and benefits is to take into account the culture of the people that are working for you. If, for example, your business is located in Western Europe, people tend to appreciate more benefits such as healthcare or tuition for their children. However, if your business is located in an Asian country, for instance, people tend to be more reactive and therefore appreciate more bonuses and other incentives. You need to also mention termination procedures due to ordinary and extraordinary circumstances. Appendices of this part should include a table analyzing the base compensation, a function list analyzing each position's basic tasks, indicating the total amount of full-time equivalents, and a hiring time frame prior to opening. I hope that this information was of great value to you, and I would suggest you to stay tuned by subscribing to our channel and hitting the alert icon, and for a more in-depth guidance, access using the link below the Student Investor Business Plan example. Thank you.